caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. What he's talking to his team about is we've got to get our guy to that 1,000-yard mark. Their freshman running back has been terrific all season. They have been able to count on him to carry the rock. And he is so close to 1,000 yards, one of the most prominent stats in all of college football for a running back. He wants to make sure that his young freshman is rewarded here today, so he has challenged that offensive line to make sure he eats here in the first quarter. Guys?
Holly, thank you. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Parker. Stopped again, and at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Looking downfield, it's Dampier. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
No room to bring it back. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Hand it to the back. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Looking for the marker. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the single back. Breaks into the open. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. From deep, it's Johnson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He breaks a tackle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Nice job by the defense just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. Quickly complete. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
Handoff for Parker.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Changing the routes with his receivers. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Turning it on! He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. From the gun, dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
they'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. That's just inexcusable. A delay of game penalty there, and now it is 2nd and a mile and a half. Swamped immediately.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. Now here's Moore. Throws to the tight end. Left side, it's Johnson. Makes a grab and room to run. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's got enough. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. RPO complete. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. To the air, it's Dampier. Unloads to the wideout. Just barely got rid of it.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And coming into this game, talking to coaches, man, they were worried about how fast this defense was, how physical it was. And so far throughout this game, man, it's shown up. Like the speed, the tackling, the eye discipline, they've done such a good job owning this football game early. And it's on the offense now that they've got to find some answers.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Hands it off. Pass to 6. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. He is in. Touchdown, Oregon. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Quarterback changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Simmons. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's a first down.
And the Utes right after the huge play through the air back to the line. They'll run out of the gun here with Parker. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Really excited to see what Utah is going to do this year. You're so used, David. We were for years seeing Kyle Whittingham strolling the sidelines for Utah. Obviously, he's now off in Ann Arbor, but with Dampier back at quarterback, they've got the pieces. And the Big 12 every year we know is so wide open. If Utah can continue to be physical, they had some big losses, especially along the offensive line. I think this could be a special season in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of good moments from Dampier. I mean, this guy can scramble around, can run around, can make things happen. It's the passing game. Can it evolve? Can it grow? They've got weapons, but it all starts with the quarterback. And the QB going with a little bit of touch, you know, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense, seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
Long way to go on second down.
Black 14, black 14.
Moving the pocket, it's Dampier. Throws to the wideout. Right side, it's Simmons. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Motion from the back. The snap sets up to throw. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Driven back.
And that's a great stop by this defense. Second down and goal. Getting the lost yardage play. Now putting your defense in a better position for third down.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. He's changing the play. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short. Now Oregon will call it second timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on fourth and goal from the 4. Back to throw, it's Dampier. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Ducks.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get at minimum tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. And he's coming out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback signaling to his guys.
Red 18.
Sets his feet. It's Dampier. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And that last carry pays off with a C note, already at 100 yards.
Man, he's done it with so much balance and so much power and so much speed. He's really shown you that he's a great back in a multitude of ways. And guess what?
And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting a sack. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We get things going with the Ball State Cardinals taking on the Northwestern Wildcats. And it's the Cardinals engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He's running free down the middle. Past the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks! That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And he makes the extra point. And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Nice play to knock that one down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they
pulls it in down the sideline. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And if I'm this defense moving forward, man, I'm going to start thinking about, like, this is the guy. They keep featuring him. I've got to take him out of the game. I got to find a way to double him. I got to find a way on third down to make sure this doesn't happen. This offense continues to run through him, and he continues to be successful.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
The run inside. It's Parker. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Hey, 95, 96, sprint. Square. Return. Ready, go.
Thomas looking to fire. Lofts one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
29 belts. 29 belts.
Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down.
Ready, five. Rock. Go.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Ready. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Davison. Got the first down. At the 45, on his way. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Looking for room. It's Hill. There he goes. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. The offense lining up for a first down play. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Running inside, it's Davison. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Now on second down. Here's more to throw. Look out! That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed that drive going to the air for the final few inches. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Thomas back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. On 3rd down, here's Parker. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down.
Now, 4th down.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Got to make the play on 4th. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Here's a gift to Parker. Knocked down immediately.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Thomas looking to fire. Complete to the left. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Drops back on first down. Fires to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll give it to Parker. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Making the adjustment. Thomas back to pass. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And that was a game's worth of frustration right there on that pass. That was a bomb down the field, trying to get it all back because the offense just hasn't found a way to...
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Rides to the back. Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Down he goes.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go play action with Moore. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field lighting up the scoreboard, but you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Thomas looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't set his feet.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He'll be thinking about that one, almost an interception.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Making the adjustment on the play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
3rd and long right here. They'll run him again. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.